All right, so it looks like I'm recording, so hopefully everybody can hear me okay. Hi, my name is Shayna Berlant, and I am the Miami Campus Librarian. Today I'm going to be going over the library resources that are available for our alumni. And if you have any questions, you can always just let me know. I'll provide my email at the end, and you let me know if you have any questions or need anything. Okay, guys? All right, uh, we are entering everybody who attends these sessions into a contest. Winner gets a gift card, so just let us know if, just make sure to share your name with me if you have attended this meeting, and we can enter your name into the drawing. Okay, so we're going to be going over your alumni resources that are available to you. First of all, I just want to say congratulations. You worked so hard to make it this far. I know that, and it's pretty amazing that you're here. So congratulations on it. I'm proud of all of you. You did great. All right, so let's go over your alumni resources. So some of the library services that we provide to our alumni would be interlibrary loan services. So if, let's say, you need access to an article and it's years from now or something like that, and you can't find it anywhere and you need it, you can always ask us for a copy. You can email library@usa.edu. Let us know you're an alumni and what email address you want us to send it to, and we'll get a copy for you and send it to you. And that's available for free, and that's for the rest of your life. So as long as our school still exists, you can still request interlibrary loans through our school. Okay, we also provide reference help for the rest of your life. So you can always chat with us or go to library@usa.edu and ask us to help you find stuff, or if you need anything, you just let us know, we'll help you out. And that's forever, so that's a lot of fun. Library resources for our physical spaces include our physical campus. I mean, you can come in and relax and look at some of the bones or look at the books and stuff. I mean, you can't take it home because, again, we don't know where you're going. So, and we won't be able to figure out how to get back. So you can't take it home, but you can use it definitely in the library. Printing and photocopying are now free in the library, so feel free to go ahead and make prints or make copies in the library. Scanning is, of course, free. So remember to scan whatever you need. You can also, yeah, you can also just hang out with us, come see us, and that's for any of our campuses. So just because you graduate from Miami doesn't mean you can only go to the Miami campus. It means you can go to any of our campuses. So like, let's say you happen to be in California, you just want a quiet place to work on your next meeting coming up or something, or you're getting ready for an interview or something like that. You can go ahead and just use one of our campuses. That's completely fine. Just walk into the front, show your ID, get a guest badge or visitor badge, and just go to the library and just relax. Remember that our library has a lot of outlets. You can come in and plug in your laptops and stuff and work on things in a quiet space. So feel free to come visit us anytime. All right. We also still do interlibrary loans. Again, it's going to be the same process where you email library@usa.edu, your contact information, what you're requesting. It's still going to be articles and book chapters, because if you request an entire book, remember it's going to take like a while to get it, because we have to ask another library, have it shipped to us, and then when we get it, then we have to provide it to you. So it's going to be a huge, big deal. It could take months for some books. So it's much easier to just request chapters. So just let us know what chapters you want. We can request it for you and send it to you, okay? Through your email. All right, open access. So just because you can't access something through, just because you can't access, any of our resources or something like that, doesn't mean we don't have access to it. It means that it could be available for free online. It doesn't make sense to pay to purchase something that's available for free online. So if something's available for free online, it would be listed as an open access resource, because it just means free. And it usually is in the form of an author manuscript. Author manuscripts are usually just, the drawn up draft that has been revised multiple times, and it's all set to be published. It just needs to be formatted to fit into the published work. For journals, they have to format it to fit the pages. Same thing with books. They format to fit into the chapters, to be consistent with the other chapters. So just because it says author manuscript doesn't mean that this hasn't been peer reviewed or anything. It usually has been peer reviewed, and it's just waiting to become published. So feel free to use one of the open access free online content. Okay, there are a lot of free databases that are available for you guys. Here's a bunch of them. Also, if you want, I'm going to send out this my PowerPoint presentation afterwards with all of these links highlighted, so you can just click on them and access them. So feel free to go ahead and do that. And you can see the Cochrane Library is still going to be available to you after you graduate for free, and all of this stuff, and PubMed, and also you have access to a lot of stuff that you more than you even think. Okay, so for PubMed, remember to click on free full text. Um, our alumni, we just created an alumni group, and they're working to get you access to all of our resources, all of our online resources. But right now, there's a lot of contingencies with, getting access to the publishers. Publishers, don't always want to give people access for stuff. So we're debating into contracts right now. So in the future, you might have access to all of our online resources, but right now it's limited because we're trying to work out the contracts. So again, just because you don't have access to it, just because you can't find the full text or something like that, doesn't mean you don't have access to it. You could just request it through us through interlibrary loan. You can go on PubMed; it's probably available for free there. They have a lot of great content, so feel free to browse. But again, you can just ask us, and we'll get a copy for you. Okay. All right, evidence-based practice tools. You still have access to a lot of really great evidence-based practice tools, including PubMed and a lot of cool stuff that's available online. There are a lot of free third-party research websites that you can access for articles and stuff like that, all peer-reviewed and stuff, except Google Scholar. Google Scholar is like a mishmash of everything. I love ResearchGate because I create an account as a researcher. And the nice thing about that is you can create accounts like as the author or as a publisher or as a researcher. And then when you can log in, you can see authors' works like their peer-reviewed resources or articles. And you can email them and say, hey, why'd you go with this study? Hey, are you thinking about looking into this in the future? Kind of thing, and picking their brains and stuff like that. So it's a lot of fun. So feel free to go ahead and access any of these resources. Again, I'm going to send this out afterwards. If you want a copy, just let me know. And it has my PowerPoint presentation has links for all of these resources. And again, these are all free, so feel free to access them. All right, I strongly encourage you to become a professional member of one of the organizations for your profession. If you're a physical therapist, you can do the APTA, the American Physical Therapy Association. With your subscription as a member, it looks really good to your employers, but also it comes with some cool stuff like a subscription to different magazines and journal subscriptions and cool stuff like that. You get discounts on conferences and things like that, and you get a lot of cool stuff. A lot of times they give you discounts on stuff that you need for your profession, like stethoscopes or news tables or stuff like that. So I strongly encourage you to go ahead and do that. It's the same thing with the AOTA, the American Journal of Occupational Therapy. And again, you have access to a lot of really cool stuff, and it's really cool. So I strongly encourage you to do that. It makes your employer look really good. A lot of times, like with my employer too, our university, I am subscribed to the MLA, the Library Association. So, the ALA, the American Library Association. So with that, my employer reimburses me for my membership. So a lot of times your employer will reimburse you for your membership because just being a member of a professional organization makes them look really good. Like, oh, this person's a professional. And then plus it gives you like the latest news and access to the newest information about your field. It keeps you updated with all the cool stuff, helps you with, renewing your certifications and stuff like that, and your testing, and, it keeps you up to date on everything. So I strongly encourage you to do that as soon as possible. All right. And again, check your employer for your resources. You may have access to all kinds of things that you didn't even know about. You may want to check with your supervisor or your HR department or something like that, or somebody who knows what resources you have access to. Um, like you probably have access to a lot of journals that you need already to do research, or databases that you'll need to do your job and stuff like that. If you work for a hospital, you may have a medical library that you have access to. They may just provide reimbursement for anything you need to access or books you need to purchase for your profession, um, or provide a stipend where they just reimburse you for any of your expenses for research and stuff like that. And of course, you still have access. If you work for a university or college, you'll have access to their library there. And you still have access to our library as, you can request stuff through interlibrary loan or ask us reference questions or something like that. Just let us know. If you need help, we'll help you out, okay? All right, so SOAR at usa.edu is our institutional repository. It includes your student dissertations, faculty and staff research, and it creates a downloadable source, so that's a permanent link to your work. So if you have done anything, while you're at our university, like a dissertation or thesis, a research assignment, a poster, any educational posters, some cool stuff that you're proud of, it's your own work, and you did it and you thought, oh, it would be so cool if I could publish this, where you can publish it. If you We always recommend that you have a teacher look at it first, because I can read my same essay like 7 or 8 times, and then I can't believe I missed a word. That happens to everybody. You replace the word in your head, so as you're going, you think it's there, and then when somebody else reads it, it's not there. So a lot of times I always recommend that everybody gets their stuff grammar checked, or at least checked over by somebody else, usually a teacher, so that they might have noticed something that you missed. And once you upload your work onto SOAR at usa.edu, it's going to be searchable by Google. So if somebody looks up your name, it's going to come up with your research, which is so cool. Then you can link it onto your LinkedIn page or your resume or something like that, make you look really good. And it's searchable from all over the world. So you can see some of the hits that we get. A lot of times we get a lot of stuff from Japan. A lot of people are looking at our research from Japan and stuff like that. So it's really cool. And you can download other people's works and stuff like that. It looks really neat. So again, you can, if you want, you can just upload your assignments, research assignments that you're excited about, or dissertations or theses or something like that onto SOAR. And it will be your own published work and a permanent link to your research, okay? And again, that's all free. Just like feel free to upload if you want to, okay? All right, book donations. If you are done with all of your stuff and you just want to get rid of it or something like that, you can donate it back to us. You can donate books that we use for physical therapy or occupational therapy, nursing, speech therapy, stuff like that. We also do special collections as donations, like you've had stuff from like your uncle or something, and it's like it involves physical therapy or something like that, or nursing or something, occupational therapy, and you thought, oh, it would be cool if I could give it to somebody. You could give it to us. We don't. It will probably make it available to everybody. Um, it can include stuff like copies that we already have in our collection, anything that's in good condition and need a minor repair. You know how like when you were in school and you needed like stethoscopes, like you came to school one day, you realized you needed it, you didn't have yours, you went to the library, checked out a stethoscope. So if you have like stethoscopes or goniometers and stuff like that, blood pressure cuffs, they're still good. So you can still use them, but they're all kind of beat up from use when you were in school, and you don't want to throw it away because they're still good, but you would like to donate it. You can donate to us, and then we'll make it available to everybody in the school. That way, you know how you came to school and we kind of saved your butt, where you were just like, oh, I needed this, and you didn't have it at the time, and we saved you. Well, you could be that for somebody else. You donated this, and then now you helped another student, you saved them, for their class. So it's like a little bit like helping hands kind of thing. It's a lot of fun. So feel free to donate if anything you want. We'll take it. Knee reflex hammers, tuning forks, stuff like that. and we'll add to our collection pen lights and make it available to other students so that, if they need it, it's there. Clipboards, feel free to do that if you want to. Just in case you don't want to throw something away, you want to know if you will take it, we'll probably take it. We might throw it away if it's really badly damaged and nobody can use it, but otherwise we usually keep it and make it available to students, okay? All right, career services. So we do have a career services department, and they should have already emailed you. You should have gotten it from a message from Elle Morris, who is LaDonna. She's amazing. So you can contact her for help with your resume. Um, she also helps with Handshake, which is one of our job databases that helps you search for jobs. So they're really great. Anyway, you can reach out to LaDonna for additional help. She's really great. So she's our expert on resumes. Okay. All right. So job resources. Let's say you want to work for our school. Feel free to go ahead and apply. These links are for our careers, and you can become a teacher and like help the next group. And also we have full-time, part-time, flex positions, stuff like that. So also clinical positions, like clinical instructor positions. So if you just want to be a clinical instructor, you could do that. So feel free to reach out and email them. We have a lot of positions available. So if you have any questions on that, you can ask LaDonna. She has the update on that one. Okay. Resume builder. So if you don't want to use LaDonna, you can also create your own resume for free online. You can use Google, you can use Word templates, you can use resume builder. Indeed has a resume builder where you can create your own resume. So feel free to use something for free online if you want, and then have LaDonna check it. I mean, you can ask me to check it, but I'm not the expert. LaDonna's our expert. So I always strongly recommend you use her, but you can always reach out to me if you want to. I would never discourage anybody from reaching out to me for anything. Proctoring. So I know you guys have your certifications, and everything that you have to do, to renew everything. If you want a testing experience to get you more comfortable with practicing exams, you can go ahead and contact your librarian for which campus you want to take the exam at, schedule to take the practice exam with them, and they'll create an environment where, it's like you're taking the professional exam where you leave your stuff outside, you go in with only the exam, stuff like that, and time you and everything. That way you feel like you get a good practice going so you're not so nervous for your actual certification exam. So feel free to do that. We also can administer exams, but only if they've been approved of by the exam administrators. So if you want to set up an exam with us, you can have them contact me, or you can have them contact your local librarian where you want to do the exam on your campus for the campus that you want. So you can reach out to them, and remember to request exam proctoring at least 2 weeks in advance and not around final exam times, because we're usually packed around that time. That way we can schedule you and make sure we have a spot available for you, okay? And if you have any questions on that, just let me know. All right, so we now have an alumni group where all of our alumni can connect and we can see what everybody's up to, stuff like that, fun things like that. Cool events that they're doing. Feel free to reach out to our alumni resources and for our school. And they're really great. They should have already been in contact with you. And if you have any questions on that, just let me know. But you can always email alumni@usa.edu for additional questions. They're on top of that, okay? A lot of free resources on our library website will still be available to you after you graduate. So like, let's say years from now, you're like, hey, how do I write case reports? I don't remember. You can just go on our website. We have the guide on how to write case reports, how to do literature searches, in case you forget, qualitative versus quantitative guides, stuff like that. Pico search, how to do a Pico search. We also have guides we also have, I put in free presentation links to create your own free presentation in case you stop having access to Microsoft Word or something like that. You can do that. Eventually your school email will no longer work, so you would have to use your own private email. So hopefully you created your own professional email to use, and that way you can start receiving emails and stuff like that there. All right, so if you have any questions, remember you can email me. My email is sberlant@usa.edu. And if you have any questions, you can always ask me and I'll help you out, okay? All right. All right, thanks everybody. So have a good one. Enjoy your day. Bye.